This is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com, and today we have with us the Nokia 5230 Neuron. It is a special version of the 5230 for T-Mobile USA. Let's get right to it and take a look at what's in the box. You can see the phone sitting there on top. In this portion of the box we seem to have a user manual, so it says getting started. We've got safety information and terms and conditions. There's the phone itself. It's a white and silver, kind of a pearlescent white color scheme. Pretty attractive. Let's set it aside for now and see what else we have in the box. Appears to be a set of Nokia headphones. 3.5mm jack on them, of course. Also a microphone here for calls, although this doesn't seem to be a... Oh yeah, it is a button, so you can answer calls just by pressing on the microphone button here. A lanyard for attaching to the device. Let's see if I can get that open quickly. Also has a pick and in lieu of a stylus that you can use for working the touchscreen. I'm not sure how many people are actually going to want to do that though. Here's the battery. Open it up. It says it's a 1320 milliamp hour battery. A very short data cable. That's all it is. Regular USB to micro USB for data. And of course the compact form Nokia charger with the small plug on the end. So here's the phone itself. Take a quick look at it. These flaps here are for SIM card slot and the micro SD card. You can see there's actually one in there already. Let's pull it out and see what size card they supply. A little difficult to get out. And by little, I mean very difficult. There we go. It's a 4GB card, not too bad. Stick that back in there. You can see there's a 2-megapixel camera on this. This is a bit of a letdown for some people, but it's a fairly inexpensive phone. On the other edge we have the screen lock and unlock. It's spring-loaded, so you just press it to lock or unlock it. Camera shutter button, and of course volume control. Down here at the bottom is a microphone hole and the point for pulling off the rear cover, which we'll do in a second. Up top is the power button, the charger port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the covered port for the micro USB cable. So let's pull the rear cover off and pop in the battery. Looks like it goes in upside down, a little unusual. That's all there is to it. Hook into the top here with it and just click it back into place. Goes on pretty easily. And we'll hit the power button. So I've inserted a SIM card and powered up the device so we can see what it's like. I mentioned the sliding lock button before. Just slide that over and it turns the phone on. You can see here's the home screen. Looks very much like other S65th edition devices. Here's the dial pad. Web browser shortcut, messaging, contacts. In terms of hardware keys, we have the call send button right here, call end button here, and menu key in the middle. You can see little exploding effects, transition effects like that. Across the top we have some other shortcuts. So we've got YouTube, Maps, OV Store, and of course Facebook client. Internet search. It'll also search through other content you already have on the phone. We don't have anything though. This phone was just booted up, so let's jump back for now. And up here in the upper right hand corner above the display, this may not look like a button, but it actually is a button. Tap on that, using a fingernail or something like that, and it brings up a quick access media menu. So you can get to your videos, music player, pictures, things like that. Now while the home screen doesn't work in landscape orientation, There is an orientation sensor in the device, and a lot of other parts of the phone will work that way in landscape mode here. As you can see, this is the main menu. It's a resistive touchscreen, so it requires pressure. It has a 540 by 360 resolution. That's basically a quarter of 720p HD. And let's just go into the settings here. And one thing that's always been inconsistent and counterintuitive, I guess, on S60 touch devices is the way you handle scrolling. You've had to grab scroll bars and kind of move in a counterintuitive way. On the Neuron here, you can just grab the screen and move it just like you would on any other touchscreen equipped phone on the planet. So a lot easier to work with. You still have this double tap type feature. You have to select once and then tap again to actually activate it. That's a little bit different from what you've seen on other touchscreen devices, but I don't really find that one to be too much of a problem as long as it's consistent throughout the phone. So let's go through some of the personalization options while we're here. Take a look at themes. You'll notice I'm selecting once with the first tap and then tapping it again. Now, since this item's already highlighted general, if I tap this, it will automatically activate it, and that's where it gets a little bit tricky for people. But let's pick a different T-Mobile theme. You can see it's a fairly bright white theme, goes well with the rest of the phone. So let's just select that one. It'll take a second to save. And jump back to the home screen, or the main menu rather, and a second tap on this will take us to the home screen. You see a nice new white theme. Quite attractive. It's really a nice display. I like the feel of the touchscreen, and I really like the colors. It's very crisp. Everything looks really nice on it. It's about somewhere in the mid-level of brightness right now, so it's pretty impressive overall. Do a quick demo of the camera. Activate it by pressing the shutter button. It'll take you into whichever version of the camera you're using most recently, video or still. This is the still camera. It's on automatic mode by default. You can set things for like night mode and such like that, and there's a pretty vast array of settings for white balance, exposure, self-timers, that kind of stuff as well. Taking pictures pretty simple. You just press the button. It's no autofocus, nothing to worry about in terms of timing. You can send it off, upload it, or delete the message, or delete the photo rather. Let's jump into the gallery, take a look at what we've got here. You can see we've got some videos and photos already in here. Videos show up in the corner with a little indication there for film. Let's pull up one of the images. Supports vertical and landscape orientation for photos. Let's go back to the gallery and pick one of the videos so you can see the good quality. It's really good quality video. Here's another quick video demo. This is not at the highest quality setting. No autofocus, but it really looks nice on this display. It's perfectly suited for the display. There's also a higher quality video mode called TV. It's a different aspect ratio. It doesn't fit on this display and it gets a bit squashed looking. I'll show you that, but it'll look better on a personal computer. But you can see things are squashed vertically, so they don't look quite right here. But I'm very impressed with the video quality on this, in spite of the fact that it's only a non-autofocus 2-megapixel camera. I'm going to jump into the internet search portion of the Neuron, just so you can see a couple different things here. First of all, we're going to see how text input works. If I tap into the input box, you see we get a virtual alphanumeric keypad here with T9 support, so I could type M-O-B-I-L-E, add a space, and then put B-U-R-N to get mobile burn. If I throw the phone into landscape mode, though, I get a full QWERTY keyboard layout. So we could do more complex things, maybe with I-C-H-A-E-L-O-R-Y-L, or my last name, and then we'll hit the OK button here and click on Google and see what we get in terms of search results. There we go. You can use this in either landscape or portrait mode. Bring up the zoom control here, make it a little bit easier for you guys to see it. Now we're on a really slow edge connection right now, so it's a little bit difficult to pull up a full web page here and expect to get quick browsing. But let's pull it up and see what we get. Hopefully it'll go over to the mobile website, which will download a little bit more quickly. Took quite some time, but it has finally come up. You notice there's some rendering issues here with the rounded corners. Very interesting. I haven't seen this before. WebKit-based browsers like that in Nokia S60 on the Symbian platform are supposed to support rounded corners, and our website here uses them in the bottom right and bottom left-hand corner of the box for each one of these entries. And you can see it's doing something really funky up there, showing just a little bit of the corner, almost right, and then down here showing just about everything except what it's supposed to be showing. Really kind of a strange look. But otherwise the pages seem to look okay on the mobile site. You can assume that if we had the bandwidth to actually get the full website up, the browser would probably render the normal mobile burn homepage just fine. But with only an edge connection here and no access to Wi-Fi or anything like that on the phone, it would really take too long just to demonstrate. But a lot of the WebKit specific features that I used when designing this site aren't coming through right, the shadows and stuff like that. Very interesting in how it's not working, I guess you would say. But overall, the browser is pretty nice in S60. It's a little bit dated at this point, but it's still better than what you're going to find in any feature phone. Here's the overview mode, so you can quickly scroll around. Full screen, so you can get rid of the buttons. And you'll notice the control that comes up in the bottom right hand corner, so that you can get back to the menu. Nice browser overall, it just appears to be some glitches in it.